Hello, people of the internet. I'm Darkling C4, and I want to do a bit of a video update. Things have been different now, and I'm not going to get into personal information about it. But first, I do want to mention is that I am going to try to slowly get back into my channel, and I'm going to be doing a few technically re-let's plays. Well, one is going to be I'm going to redo Kingdom Hearts and do KH1 Final Mix. I just need to get the recording software. I'm going to redo Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney and Doki Doki Literature Club. So the old videos will be gone because, they don't match my time anymore, and they were very old Let's Plays. And I never finished KH1. There's a few reasons, but I will try to make comparisons for certain games, and I will mention at certain moments in those playthroughs. But that's not what this video is going to be fully about. But I've been doing other things. But first, I will gonna be mentioning a few things. One, this is technically a little bit of a step-by-step and information about jellyfin. Those who don't know, jellyfin is a open source media server. Well, from what I remember and heard, this is a fork from EMB, a source that was once open, but it's been closed now. Anyways, to show you a little bit more, and also, so you know, depending on where you live, in what state or country, backing up physical media will be a difference. I'm gonna take this Dragon's Gift of the Night Fury short, for example. One moment. I need a. Oh, yeah, I don't think I can switch swords. That's stupid. So, first, you need a compatible drive. Right here is a Blu-ray drive, but there's a source called the Make MKV. You need this program. Not only that, if you have a compatible Blu-ray drive, you can use something called Libre mode. One moment, I'm gonna. Oh, right, I need to. First, if you have this silver case, you have to flip it on the power. So yeah, I'm gonna be right back in a few seconds. Okay, since I'm now on the computer, uh, thanks a lot, Epic Games. Thanks a lot. When I didn't need them to open. Close out of that. Timing, people. Anyways, like I said, okay, first, I would recommend you guys. I use Opera GX, for example. Anyways, first off, you will need make MKV for making on this. Plus, it will give you the forms of how to do the Libre drive stuff. I'm not going to mention how, but you will. But anyways, go to make MKV and download it. But of course, one moment, let me zoom in. Oh yeah, once you download it, you open up your Make MKV instance. Then you go into purchase, and I recommend it because you get it forever. You get a forever license. But anyways, I clicked eject so y'all can see this. Then put in your disk. Now let it read the disk. This does take a bit. Okay, that was not what is meant to happen. Usually it doesn't. Make sure your disk drive is turned on, like I mentioned in the previous part. Yeah, it does take a bit, so just let it read. There we go. And you can scroll through it. There we go. This is what we want. That 2208. But Cody, I don't know where to find it. Well, if we wait a few more moments, this will fully load up what we need. Here we go. Don't be fooled by that. You want to get the gigabyte file. And what I recommend you do is just copy the name of the disk, what it's called. And since it was this 1 gigabyte file, we want to unselect by right clicking, unselect. Then you go to this over here. Then you can, if you want English, French, Spanish, or even the subtitles, you can do that. Now we're going to come over here and click Make MKV. But anyways, instead of making you guys wait for a bit, even though it's not going to take that long, I recommend leaving that on in the background. Next, I'm going to talk about how do we get jellyfin. Well, this depends on what you want to do, but first, we're going to go to jellyfin's website. By clicking on that, it has to be the jellyfin.org website. Sometimes I don't know how to click, then you click download now. For servers, we got Linux, like Debian, Ubuntu, generic Linux, Arch Linux, Gentoo Linux, Fedora and Client OS Linux, or if you want to use Docker, a Windows build, Mac OS, or .NET, which is a portable version that runs on a system with a .NET runtime using jellyfin.del. But there's another way, and I'm gonna open up Proxmox, not an actual server. What is a server? This is a hypervisor server. You click downloads, then grab whatever release they have. Unless if you have an older version, and I don't know where you can find it. Oh, here we go. And you can narrow it down to ISOs. But I recommend 0.8, unless you guys want to use 0.9, that's up to you. but point 8.4 does have an update stuff, so don't worry. Then, come on, okay. We're going to use Proxmox helper scripts. The helper script will have the latest version because of things, but what we're going to do is look at scripts, and if you click this, you will see they have a lot of virtualization stuff, add-ons, PVE, LXCs. You can even use operating systems and virtual machines, depending on what you want to do. But in our case, oh, and you can even do like smart homes, which I would recommend. And I recommend the Home Assistant OS VM. But you do need a very good computer to handle it a bit. Because if you want it to be fast and responsive, you have to do that. But I'm not going to talk about Home Assistant. I'm going to be talking about the media and streaming. And as you see, the LXCs like Hyper Hyperkin image. Oh, that's good. And of course, the jellyfin. You want to copy this, then I recommend uh, a different settings, and I recommend you do some research. Once you get everything set up, you will go through the initial situation. I recommend you ignore my audio, and there we go. Video files finished. Now we can eject the disk. But we're not done yet. Let me show you. Next, as you see, we have our files. If you have a separate drive, I recommend doing that and place it there. Next, we need a program called Handbrake. Technically, yes, you could just send the file over to whatever NAS you have or whatever you put in your media. For me, I use NAS. Then we want to just click and drag the film over here. Ignore all my presets, UCY, but we need that. Since it's copyrighted material, I cannot show you the next part, so I'm going to be right back. Okay, after looking into the video file itself, oh come on, both of the audios in here are pretty much the same, so it depends on if you want the Dolby Surround or the 5.1 channel. I'm just going to keep the top one, but oh no, our video file's not going to have the name of the folder. So what you can do is just copy the name of the folder and try to copy paste. Then you can just do that. Pretty much it will take time for it to use CPU, which I would recommend because they give you the smallest file size, but it does take a while. But if we go to, I'm going to show you Handbrake's website, or you do is how many CPU cores do I need for Handbrake? I know it's going to be stupid. I wouldn't recommend trusting the AI information. I recommend the system requirements. As they show, you can use any, but you need either a Ryzen, a Threadripper, or Epic Intel 9th Gen or newer, i3, i5, i7, i9, Ultra, or equivalent Xeon, M1, 16 gigabytes for transcoding standard and high definition video, 32 gigabytes for 4K. What? I have 12 gigs, and that never happened. Well, what you the system storage wouldn't matter if you're having it on a different thing. But I I swore there was a. It's not there. Oh, here we go. But I've read in another page I can use 8 cores because I think the thing updated. One moment. Yeah, this is something you get to see me do a bit. That's AI saying that. Ah, here we go. It's under the video encoding speed. Yeah, it can scale up to 6 to 8 cores with diminishing returns after that thereafter. So a 4-core CPU will be nearly twice as fast as a dual core. However, 16 cores may not be twice as fast as an 8 core, but may still offer significant increase in speeds. The CPU scale curve does not graduate by source and settings user. And they would be like, hey, use hardware. I wouldn't recommend it. With hardware, you're diminishing returns. But so for this stuff I'm using, if I go to my settings and go notes somewhere I just saw video fans. Yeah, I think it was advanced. No, I didn't need to. Um, output. Yes, it was an output. I have it set to use hardware encoding so my CPU doesn't hurt itself. But yeah, then oh yeah, once you got all jellyfin set up and plugins, that's a whole different thing. What you want to do is if you haven't make a folder, and I recommend doing some research online, as you see, then what you do is if you use the dashboards, you can scan all libraries. But if you just want to update just the movies, you see the 3 dots and click refresh metadata and just use that. But since I haven't got files in it, oh wait, it just sends these. Yeah, it will automatically sense it and do it for you. in most cases, but most of the times, if it's haven't been the set schedule, it will be annoying. But I'm going to switch back to the phone now, and you'll see me. Like I said, now you see me. Now you want to put the movie back into your case. But I will mention a few things. This was a DVD short. For Blu-rays and 4K Blu-rays, I'm just going to use 2 different movies for example, like My Little Pony, Grocery Girls, Friendship Games, and Sonic 2. This is one of the 4K films I have. For a 4K film, if you do try to do that, you have to set certain settings so that the file size is smaller. Why? Because one, let's say you starting off with a 4 terabyte, it will take up a whole lot if you just let it be the raw data. Because they're like 60 or more. It's like 50 gigs or more, depending on the runtime of the film and everything else. So there's a reason why I switched to jellyfin, because one, I can use media, transcoding, which the one I'm tapping on right here is my jellyfin server. You can actually get good laptops. Jellyfin only requires a 8th gen, and as long as it has morning. Give me a few moments. I'm doing a video. Sorry about that. You can simply get a laptop that says 4 ports, but sometimes you may not get a good deal. I recommend if it says it powers on and is it tested to power on, I recommend doing that because you can get them for cheap, for a good price. And since I did, I pretty much took off the screen and the battery in the transcoding one, because it's stupid because most manufacturers are using just the batteries that it comes with, aka the one that allows you to charge the computer, and you can use it without plugging it into the wall. The way they did it is you had to have it to also keep the CMOS thing. They don't have a CMOS battery. It's stupid, but anyways, I'm gonna end this video. I know it's kind of a bit fast and short about some details, but I wanted to get to making a video again, and hopefully I can do some recording for Kingdom Hearts, because I'm going to be redoing KH1 again. Now that Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney and Doki Doki Literature Club, they're most likely going to be pre-recorded playthroughs, unless I do them live, aka I do them by myself and do that. But anyways, people, I want to wish you a very nice day and enjoy, hopefully, the year. I'm not going to get into politics on that one. Anyways, bye.